Hello, Reds fans. Welcome to the YNWA Transfer News Channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for your daily latest news.
Anthony Gordon reveals how close he came to joining Liverpool amid Alexander Isak interest. This summer, it is Alexander Isak who Liverpool is chasing in the transfer market. But a year ago, it was his teammate and boyhood Reds fan, Anthony Gordon, who was the subject of big money interest. In 2024, Liverpool went as far as verbally agreeing a deal that would have seen Gordon move to Anfield for a fee of around $100 million, £75 million, with Joe Gomez heading to the northeast for $60 million, £45 million. It was a swap of sorts, but the transactions would have been separate for PSR purposes. Newcastle was scrambling to comply with the financial regulations as time ticked by, and Liverpool spotted an opportunity. In the end, though, the deal didn't happen because the Magpies sold Elliot Anderson and Yankuba Minte instead. Gordon, however, felt that the deal was going to happen. And as a result, he can understand how Isak feels this time around, with reports suggesting that a bid has now been submitted for the Swede. It's true, that was the case. Gordon has now told the Daily Mail. I would never lie. It was difficult for me because 1, I had the Euros, which was horrendous for me mentally. I was there, I wasn't playing. Then I had the transfer stuff. With PSR, I thought I was going to leave at some point in the window. It didn't happen. I had to get my head around that to begin with, thinking he was going, and then to get my head around it again, when it didn't happen, was hard. I'm a human being. It's really difficult. That is why I understand what Isak, is going through. I feel for him. He will be going through a lot. The club is going through a lot. I hope everyone gets what they want in the end. Shortly after last summer's transfer window closed, Gordon signed a new contract at Newcastle. He has been tentatively linked with a move again this year, though he appears set to stay. I've had a full summer off, 5 or 6 weeks, with my family and friends, Gordon said. You can see, I'm really refreshed. I've got my appetite back for football. I feel that. I didn't have that last year. Gordon added, I understand what Alex is going through. What I can say, for me, is that it's been an absolute pleasure to be out of the transfer speculation for a summer. It's the first time in about 3 years. It's been so easy, so mentally refreshing. Keep me out of it. I'm not linked to any clubs, and I'm very happy where I am. I'm enjoying my football again. Gordon didn't have the best season last year in terms of goals, and he missed the Carabao Cup final through suspension. He says he is ready to kick on, though, and in a World Cup year, there is no better time. Liverpool has Cody Gakpo to play down the left for Arne Slot and Rio Ngumaha coming through. In any case, you suspect Newcastle would not welcome potentially losing Gordon as well as Isak. Mohamed Salah responds to Liverpool transfer decision with emotional message. Mohamed Salah has paid a heartfelt tribute to Luis Diaz after the forward left Liverpool to sign for Bayern Munich. The Colombian departed the Reds in a £65.5 million deal on Wednesday, July 3, becoming the third most expensive sale in the club's history in the process. Liverpool had wanted to retain the forward's services but reluctantly sanctioned his exit after failing to reach a compromise on a new contract, with Diaz making it clear he wanted to move on. The 28-year-old made 148 appearances during 3.5 seasons at Anfield, scoring 41 goals and registering 16 assists. Leaving as a Premier League champion, he also won the FA Cup and 2 League Cups during his time in red. Often first choice in attack following his £42 million arrival from FC Porto in January 2022, Diaz made 126 appearances alongside Salah, with the pair directly contributing to 12 joint goal contributions. And following the forward's big money exit, the Egyptian has paid tribute to his former strike partner. Your energy, drive, and passion on the pitch have left a mark that won't be forgotten, he wrote on social media. We were truly lucky to have you at Liverpool, and it's been an honor to share part of your journey and success story. As a teammate, you were more than reliable, you were inspiring. As a friend, even more so. We all saw the strength it took to keep going through the tough times off the pitch. What you went through would have broken most, but you came back strong and gave everything for the club. That kind of resilience sets an example for others and earns nothing but respect. Wishing you all the best for what's next, Lucho. Keep making your people proud. Salah is not the only Liverpool star to have sent a public farewell message to Diaz. Ibrahima Khanate wrote on his Instagram story, "My hermano. All the best in your new club and new life. We will miss you so much." Curtis Jones posted, "What a guy, what a player! All the best in your next chapter, Lucho. It was a pleasure, my brother." Darwin Nunez wrote, "Bro, I wish you the best in this new phase. I have no doubt you'll keep crushing it. I'm going to miss you at Luis Diaz 19_ and love you so much." Meanwhile, on the day of Diaz's exit, Alexis Mac Allister posted, "From the first day to the last like this. Much success in this new stage, brother. We will miss you. Always wishing you the best." Alexander Isak future could be resolved next week, Newcastle journalist. Liverpool's pursuit of Alexander Isak is not likely to end with their first offer being rejected, though Newcastle sources expect a resolution by mid-August. Newcastle have turned down Liverpool's first official bid for Isak, reported to be worth in the region of £110 million plus ed-ons.it understandably fell short of their valuation, with it maintained that Newcastle will only sell for £150 million, provided they have a replacement lined up. Clearly Liverpool will not end their pursuit after one failed offer, with the figures involved proof enough that they will do what it takes to sign the Swede. And while it has been 2.5 weeks since the news of Liverpool's first contact with Newcastle broke, an ongoing saga is expected to be resolved within a fortnight. That is according to Newcastle reporter Keith Downey, who told Sky Sports that he believes the matter will be sorted in the next week or two. It could be done next week, absolutely it could. I don't see this dragging on until the end of the transfer window. Downey explained. Newcastle would want some kind of resolution. I think Liverpool would too. The amount of money we are talking about is eye-watering. I don't think this is one that can be left to the dying embers of the transfer window. I do expect a resolution one way or the other in the next week or two. But it's a huge transfer. It would be a Premier League record if Newcastle were to accept. The urgency around the situation comes with Newcastle desperately seeking another top-level striker, with RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko and Aston Villa's Ollie Watkins among those targeted. Eddie Howe's squad will return to Tyneside on Monday following their pre-season tour of Asia, and Isak is expected to report back for training. But with the 25-year-old making clear his desire to leave for Liverpool and 21-year-old William Osula their only other established striker, there is a necessity to resolve talks before Newcastle's Premier League campaign starts. That comes away to Villa on August 16th, and given how unsettled Isak is, Howe would no doubt like to have a new, committed striker in place before then. Jamie Carragher sends subtle Liverpool transfer message after release of new kit. Jamie Carragher has hinted that Liverpool need to go out and sign a new centre-back after sending a tongue-in-cheek message following the release of the club's new home kit. The Reds unveiled their 2025-26 Adidas red home and white away strips on Friday morning, after their 5-year partnership with Nike came to an end. In a statement on the club's website, Liverpool announced the start of their lucrative 10-year deal with Adidas, and that supporters can now buy the new kits for the first time. Meanwhile, among those to feature in Liverpool's Alice in Wonderland-inspired launch video was Carragher. The 47-year-old made 737 appearances during a historic 25-year spell with the Reds, winning the Champions League, FA Cup twice, UEFA Cup, League Cup twice and the Super Cup twice during his time at Anfield. And after Liverpool's kit was released, Carragher took to social media to send his own message and hint that the Reds need to dip into the market and look for a new central defender. Liverpool are said to be searching for a centre-back after losing Jarell Quansah to Bayer Leverkusen earlier in the summer. Virgil van Dijk may have signed a new contract at the Reds back in April, but he is 34 and entering the twilight of his career, while Ibrahima Konate has less than 12 months left on his current deal at Anfield, and rumors have increased about a potential move to Real Madrid on a free next summer. Joe Gomez is Liverpool's only other recognized senior centre-back at the club, but he has struggled with injuries over recent years and was restricted to just 17 appearances last season. Mark Gahey is the defender that Liverpool seem to want, with the England international's contract at Crystal Palace expiring in 2026. The Reds could, in fact, secure a cut-price deal for the 25-year-old this summer. Following the club's preseason tour in Southeast Asia, the Reds have returned home to embark on a doubleheader against Spanish side Athletic Club on Monday. It's set to finalize Liverpool's preseason campaign ahead of the Community Shield against Crystal Palace on Sunday, August 10th. Any transfer for Alexander will be seen as a business decision by Newcastle, and factoring in time to buy his replacement will be key, says ESPN's senior writer Mark Ogden. Liverpool have now had an official bid for Isak rejected by Newcastle. The Reds are already the top spenders so far this summer, and it is expected they would have to pay a British record fee for Isak's services. These transfers don't happen out of nowhere, Ogden told BBC Radio 5 Live's Football Daily podcast. If Liverpool are sitting there comfortable and confident that Isak is going to be their player, then it is because they probably know he wants to join them. Liverpool are a very, very appealing proposition to any player. We have to say that they are one of the biggest clubs in the world. Premier League champions right now, they are the place to be in the Premier League, so they would appeal to anybody. If you are Alexander Isak, peak of your career, you want to win trophies, you are playing in the Champions League with Newcastle next season, but right now, it is who is going to offer you the best chance of winning the Champions League and the Premier League? It is Liverpool. Liverpool are sat there knowing they can get the deal done. If Newcastle's owners want to play hardball, then they can do it. But football is run like a business. The view of the fans might be emotional, but people in charge of things will not be emotional, and if they think they can get £150 million for this player, having paid around £60 million for him 3 years ago, they will be thinking they can invest that money in 3 or 4 top players. It will come down to a business decision, and Liverpool probably know that. I think it will continue this summer, unless Newcastle make a decision that they want to end this now and get players in. But can you imagine Isak leaving for Liverpool, then having to play for Liverpool at St. James Park a week into the season? That would be a really bad look for Newcastle. I think ultimately he will go to Liverpool, but he has to go with enough time that Newcastle can replace him. But the options to replace him aren't really there anymore. Liverpool confirm loan move for right-back who debuted under Arne Slot. Liverpool have sanctioned a season-long loan move for young right-back Isak Mabaya, who heads to League One for his first taste of regular senior football. Mabaya was an unlikely debutant during Arne Slot's maiden campaign at Liverpool, coming off the bench for the injured Joe Gomez in the FA Cup loss at Plymouth. The 20-year-old was later substituted off again in an unfortunate outing, which came after a long spell battling with injuries of his own. Not called into action again for Liverpool's first team, Mabaya began pre-season with the U21s and has now joined League One side Wigan on loan. He will spend the 2025-26 campaign with the Latics, and the latest in a number of temporary moves from Anfield to the Brick Community Stadium. James Balagizi, Calvin Ramsey and Luke Chambers are among those to have also taken in spells at Wigan, to varying degrees of success. Mabaya's switch comes after close interest from new Wigan head coach Ryan Lowe, who came through Liverpool's academy himself and had looked to complete a deal while still in charge at Preston. "I've known of Isak for many years. He's had a few injuries, but feels like he's back to where he belongs," Lowe told Wigan's official website. "I nearly signed him when I was at Preston North End, knowing his pedigree and what he's about. He's a powerful right-wing back who will definitely give us something down the right-hand side. We saw him firsthand against us for Liverpool U21s, and he's fit, firing, and really excited to be here. We're delighted to have him on board and feel he'll be a really good addition." As Lowe noted, Mabaya was part of the Liverpool U21s side which held Wigan's first team to a 1-1 draw in a friendly earlier in pre-season. Many of those who featured in that clash will be departing Rob Page's squad in the coming weeks, either temporarily or permanently, with 5 players already out on loan. Mabaya joins Vyacheslav Jaros, Ajax, Owen Beck, Derby, Harvey Davies, Crawley, and James Norris, Shelbourne, in spending the season away from Liverpool. Thanks for watching. Like and comment. Subscribe.